Hello, everybody. Ahoy and Thirdborn.
Purely academic reasons.
We are back. This is Dark Alchemist Lazarus here. We helped Kai deal with some old issues weighing on him, so that's good. We are now finally going to Thirdborn to look for quests, all that fun stuff. Yeah, so should be good. Should be fine. Pick up our next companion.
Hold it right there, Adiran. What are your intentions in town? Been sick? Strange dreams lately?
Relax, Daran. The only strange dreams we've had involve your mother.
Oh my god.
Kai? What are you doing here? Temerty's gonna have a fit.
Talk to Kai like that again, I'll feed you to the dream thralls.
Save your threats, Adiran. Kai knows what he did. You're with the Adirans now?
I'm with the Envoy, and we're against the Dream Scourge.
And you should respect our authority to protect Thirdborn from unknown dangers like you.
Come on, Daran. They slew those dream thralls for us. I doubt he could have done that if he was sick. I, for one, thank you. We couldn't take him on our own.
Are you smoking Svef? The Adirans tried raising Fior. We'll be next.
Not the Adirans, the Stilgarot.
Which we would love to share with Temerty if you'd let us in.
Daran, can you get on with it?
Fine. All right. I can't keep you out if you're not sick anyway. We just have to take precautions. Everyone in Thirdborn has lost someone. Pass on through, but report any symptoms you see to the Tiranui. They're responsible for keeping law and order around here.
That's the problem with the Dream Scourge. When you find symptoms, it's already too late.
Yeah, unfortunately.
These corpses.
That is the truth. That is the truth. Second they start muttering incoherently or seeing weird visions, it's gone. They're gone. Bad times were had by all. Thirdborn beacon unlocked. Oh yeah, I should probably spend my points. Perception. Let's get a little more stamina. I'm getting kind of low on the stamina. I have 2 points. Definitely that. Just unaware enemies, that's a good one. I'm gonna do that one. I need to do that one next as well. One-handed melee weapons. 20. About roars when summoned, enemies increase damage dealt, and then increase duration by 15 seconds. Nice. I can't wait for that one.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
Yes,
This would
yes, I
be
see.
my friend Steelhawk. He's not real. He doesn't exist. Okay.
Not entirely wrong. I am, a collective of a grand imagination.
Ah, that's my line. You can't take that. That's mine. Especially in regards to the ship. It's the fact that I only get to show up like once every 2-3 years.
Yeah, the collective hallucination. There's a difference. There's a collective hallucination and then a creation of wayward imagination.
Do you know if I can force something? Sorry, say that again.
Hmm?
Never thought I'd
What'd you
see
say?
Star medal in my lifetime. Short answer, no.
The difference between a collective hallucination and then a creation of a collective imagination. They are different.
Come on,
Nah.
where's your sense of adventure? No one can swing a hammer like you.
Hallucination is just,
Where this stuff is, you wouldn't ask me to risk it.
All right, I said she would. You said she would. There's your bet.
Suck it, Kai. I win the bet. I'm sorry, you have 2 guns for sale, and I can afford only one of them. Ooh. Short-ranged power attacks deal high stun and knock back enemies. Fair play. Killing an enemy restores 5% maximum health and 25% maximum stamina. Taunt and gain 100% critical chance against enemies that incapacitate one of your companions. Oh, that's not really good, though, because I currently have a healing companion, and they're not really going down anymore. That's unfortunate. I might take that as Malta's Muriatic Apparatus, though. That could be good. Some of these. I don't need that. Let's see. Do I have any weapons to sell? I don't. Do you need me to, turn on, streaming so you can see what's going on? Ooh.
If your internet can handle you streaming and recording at the same time, then sure.
I mean,
I wouldn't mind watching.
it's just Discord streaming. It's not like the Twitch. Twitch, it definitely cannot.
So.
Bop, bop. I didn't mean to sell the food. I didn't mean to sell the food. Okay, one moment. Bop, 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 and bop.
Yeah.
Do-do-do. Tree of Life.
But speaking of gaming-related things, I got a delivery.
You got a delivery?
I did.
I'm assuming D&D related then.
Not D&D, but still tabletop. From the Weird Frontiers.
Yeah.
So those extra classes that I had found, when I had bought them, it wasn't just a PDF that I bought. I also bought physical copies of each of them. So I had these little, printed out pamphlet things of the different classes.
I didn't mean to do that.
And a physical book for Book 1, Part 1 of The Train Through Hell.
Nice.
Which is another 0-level adventure for, the lemmings.
I could give it out for free, but I still have to eat.
So I think it would be really kind of fun to
We'd run out of
to
resources
do.
eventually, and then we wouldn't have the money to restock. This plague needs to end soon.
Right.
I don't know what we'll do if it doesn't. Anyway, did you need any linens? Silk?
What do you sell? Whoa. Okay, you sell... Oh, you sell Grimoire. Grimoire of Defense. Grimoire of Distant Death. Grimoire of Elements. Grimoire of Entropy.
Jesus.
What is... Ooh, Thirdborn boots. 30 carrying capacity, 20 max health, 10 movement speed. 2 perception. Ooh, okay, we're gonna buy that. Not the bracers. We're gonna buy the boots, though. Those are some good boots. Okay. What is... Slowly regenerate health while wet. What boots am I wearing? 20 maximum health and resist bleed.
Ever-burning question. What do I play?
I don't know, but I didn't realize I had those, and I'm equipping those. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, I had the Shoes of the Glimmering Merchant. That was intellect and perception. Oh. Yeah, I better put those back on. Those are good. I don't know what gloves I had on, but those are way better. Also, I am going to be doing another melee build, because I found something called Zurip Paws. They add stun damage gloves, and they unarmed hits deal 10% bonus fire damage. So I want to make a melee brawler. Because you can like improve the quality of your fists. It's one of the traits of the fighter is you literally get iron fists, and you make them fine quality, and then exceptional quality, and then superb, and then legendary.
Okay, that's cool.
Destroying things restores a small amount of health and essence, with excess converted to regen. Melee power attacks can break destructible walls. Oh! As in, like, I could just powerhouse through an explosive wall? Yeah, I think the strength route's gonna be a lot of fun when I play that one. Okay. Yeah, I also found some really strong gloves. 1% critical chance, 25% critical damage. Which I'm pretty sure I was wearing these ones. Yeah, which was stamina cost for blocking, I don't block, and 20% critical damage, so, much better.
Nice.
What do I have equipped right now? 2 perception. 2 perception. Oh, literally was the same. Oh. I wasted money on that for no reason.
Still have stuff.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. Godlike. Winds above. You're really here. I knew I had to find you as soon as I heard you were in Thirdborn.
Chico? When did you get so tall? I almost didn't recognize you.
Kai, you're here too? Now I know Thirdborn is in good hands. We've got to do something about the Dream Scourge. It's worse every day. One of our neighbors wasn't himself, and we can't afford to lose anyone. We need people who will fight back. People like Kai, and my uncle Capo.
Me? You don't know what you're saying. Believe me. But Capo, he's the real deal. That old salt's a monster slayer.
That Leviathan hanging over the market? That was his work.
Ooh.
Exactly. Uncle Capo's the greatest warrior Thirdborn's ever seen. But, well, Thirdborn hasn't seen the Capo I know in a long time. I've tried everything to convince him to get out of the house. He may be old now, but we can still use his experience. If Thirdborn could see him up on those walls, they'd all follow him. I hate to impose, but would you pay him a visit? He lives on the northeast side of town. He's tired of hearing from me. Maybe one hero to another, you know?
I got some bad news there for you, kid. You know, never mind. I'm just not gonna say. I'm not gonna. I just keep my mouth shut. Well, I found Capo's treasure, and yeah. Talk to Aika. He can't get away with this. Something in the Highlands. Follow up at Swordfish. Cynthia keeps having fights break out. Don't forget, Master Ada has trouble with sailors. Ask for a mediator. How to stop these drunkards from climbing the Leviathan? Talk to Dimitri about the Dream Scourge business. We need to do something fast. You are not the... Oh. Okay. Yeah, I may or may not have already done...
Enjoy skeleton hunting.
All of that.
Hello, stranger. Welcome to Thirdborn. How can the Tiranui help?
Man, he just sounds so excited with his job.
Really? Which one?
Kill the Zurip.
One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates.
Took care of the
One
bandit
less thing
duo.
for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates.
Bro, he's just
One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. One less thing for me to worry about. Thank you. Enjoy your skates. Oh, wait. That's everything off the board, isn't it? Good job. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go pass out.
all right. Oh, hits deal 5% bleed damage and 10% parkour speed. Oh, but that's pretty good though. It's just extra damage that could cause bleed procs. Oh, that's tempting, but I crit often, so the crit damage is very helpful.
You there, the one with the face. Perhaps I could entice.
The one with the face.
There,
yeah,
stranger.
I have a
Look at
face.
us, two kith meeting for the very first time. Looking to buy or sell? I work in all kinds of, shall we say, odds and ends.
Ah, so you steal stuff.
Wait, I recognize this packaging. Did you get these from Ico?
Someone really should have kept you two apart. For both your sakes.
How did you get these?
I cried from your twin before his untimely death.
My brother gave these to you? And he's... God's poor Ico. I can't believe he's dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry about your loss there.
Ah, guess I'm glad to see we got to empathy eventually. We saw some dream
fuck
trolls
you.
outside of town and realized that they had mushrooms on their faces. We've previously dabbled in such things, so we thought that maybe something good could come of this affliction.
That was your first and second mistake.
And in these trying times, don't we all deserve a bit of reasonably priced happiness?
And so you...
Sure, blame the merchant for following market trends. As a
Yes.
humble merchant, I was a little more reticent to go out and acquire base materials.
You're
Ico was
spreading
used
the
to
Dream
rough and tumble
Scourge.
aspects than me anyway. Of course, once those materials were acquired, Ico wrongly decided I hadn't done enough to deserve a share in the profits. Well, when you put it like that. But come on, we're family. We were.
Ah, you're a piece of
How
shit.
did my brother die?
He died honorably. He died from easily treatable spider bite.
Oh, Ico, my poor twin and his complete disregard for his own personal health.
Yeah, dude was bit by a spider, was like, I'm fine, as he's like wobbling around like a drunk, having blurry vision, and then just kills over after I buy the thing for them.
Oh, and take this. It's the least I could do.
Poisoner's kit? Your weapons deal 5% bonus poison damage.
Hey, man.
So if I put that in the gloves on, I can do poison and bleed damage while also doing elemental damage. Tempting.
The attack sounded terrible. I could hear the fight from in here. I
mean, is there a reason
harder and
not
harder
to?
pretend everything's all right.
Because the other one's giving me a plus to stats.
Oh, there you go.
And the other
That's
one,
fair.
and one of them gives me a 25% critical hit damage, which turns out with guns, if you hit the weak spot, it's always a crit. I
Got
will
it.
buy your health potion, sir. Another shot. Oh my god. Well, I had $60,000. I don't have $60,000 anymore. Are you a bar? You're the bar. Okay.
And then, in the dead of night, thousands of descended.
Hello.
My dear envoy, just the sight of you recalls fond memories of more civilized days.
I'm glad to bring a little joy to this miserable place.
Noble in mission and spirit both. Truly, the Emperor chose his envoy well. I envy you to have met him. I fear he never made it down to the port. Not while I was there.
He's practically an Adiran citizen.
How I miss the sight of your strapping tall grass pikemen on parade.
Surely you've seen your fill of enduring pageantry out west of Paradise. Patriot of deer in the Livinglands. Are you a fellow
Me?
citizen?
Oh, no, envoy, you flatter me. I had a chance once, but no. I am Nagu, beleaguered captain of an incorrigibly roustabout crew. Dear Tawe, Koa, Ranga, they saw Adir with me, though, then abandoned me here. Oh, I miss them terribly.
Nostalgia and alcohol are a dangerous mixture.
Yeah.
I am drunk on memory only, and perhaps some regret. I only wish I could invite my crew to my table, to share one last drink and part as friends.
You know, I'm rather good at finding people.
Is that so? You see, I'd thought, I'd hoped. Would you venture out beyond the walls to look for them?
Consider it done.
I knew the moment I saw you, you were a paragon of your people. If anyone could convince Tawe, Koa, and Ranga to share one last drink with me, it's you.
Yeah, okay, so...
Just to the northeast, living by an oasis in the Sand Sea. No fence,
Oh!
no walls, no roof, exposed to
I
the
met
world.
that one before.
But that's our Tawe. Nothing ever troubled him that the stars couldn't fix.
Okay.
Deathly serious, Koa was, about every little thing. Fled to the shark's teeth with a few others when the plague came. He always had a fragile soul.
Oh, I was just at the shark's teeth. I didn't see him, though.
She's a scholar of munitions, happier in the hold with gunpowder than out beneath the sky. I expect she's still holed up in the mine outside of town, polishing her arms.
And I met her already. She does not like me. Yep.
Of course. You have been more than generous with your time as it is. Oathbinder guide you in the Emperor's work, envoy, and in all your labors to come.
Okay. Well, that should be hard. I have a place for each of them. So... I hear the twinkling of coin. Where's the loot? I hear it. Where is it? Is it below me? It might be below me. Oh, there it is. Okie dokie. Again, I hear it. I'm not seeing it, but I hear it. There it is. Okay. Yep, sorry guys, your parents are dead.
Did you?
Yep.
Are they dead?
Yes. We made it as painless as possible.
South. Thank you. All of you.
The grief you're feeling now, it doesn't go away, but you learn to live with it. Eventually, you befriend it. Trust me.
Let's go, Namiho. We need to be with them now.
Eventually.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the full playthrough done. So when the big update for Path of Exile 2 is, I can start doing recordings on that, I think.
Okay.
Because I'm absolutely going to be playing Huntress.
Okay.
Okay, any other quests here? I need to go visit that dude up there. Okay. I don't know who Esther is, but sorry about their house, I guess. Hey buddy, we know you killed the Leviathan. I got your heart, and I also got the note about how your friend died, and then everyone cheered to their death because they didn't notice that the person was dead.
Let me guess.
Yeah, like he lost a buddy on the board, and before he could tell anyone, they didn't notice that someone was missing and partied about the Leviathan kill.
Old man Cape.
Wow.
Glad to see you.
Yeah, and he was shamed of that, so he like hid everything.
Damn.
Yeah. He's been living with a lot of regret.
But we didn't come here to talk about my hands.
It wasn't until way later that they even realized that someone hadn't shown up and...
Cannonball and a rolling deathbed, kid.
Yeah.
Damn child won't stop hovering over me. They keep trying to send so-called heroes over to cheer me up. But there's not much point these days. Back when Thirdborn was no more than a husk on the cliffside, we had real heroes. I've slain 1,000 Zorps, wrestled rock beetles, even slew the Leviathan.
And I have a voice in my head telling me I'm called to greater things.
Oh joy.
Ah, let me tell you. I had but a few harpoons and a single boat that morning. It had taken days to track the creature. My food and water were running out. When I found it, the beast heaved itself up from the water and crashed down onto me. And there, I thrust a harpoon deep into its belly and killed it. Oh, it took days to tow its body back on the flotsam of my boat.
Not that anyone asked, but it sounds to me like the fish killed itself.
Those days are long past. I'm a sick old man now. Not much I can do in Thirdborn anymore. Still, maybe Chico was onto something when they sent you. You're the one who cleared the dream thralls at the gates, aren't you? Ah, good to know someone is looking out for Thirdborn at least. I tell you what. This old man would like to ask a boon of you. One hero to another. I promise it'll be worth your while. I want to see my heart one last time. You get it for me?
Yep.
Ah, I'm impressed. Did you like my designs? I've been decorating that old ruin with traps for would-be thieves for years.
I was good, Joy. Test my skills.
I'm glad somebody thinks so. Fools here didn't appreciate my talents until the Dream Scourge showed up.
If that's your idea of a good time, remind me not to go drinking with you.
Huh. Well, you managed well enough. Now, the heart. Ah, yes. That. How could I? We were young and stupid. We went out in secret. The entire town hailed me as a hero the moment I stepped onto shore. I had overcome the Leviathan.
That's no excuse. Do you realize how much Thirdborn looks up to you?
With everyone celebrating, I couldn't bear to tell them that I wasn't the warrior Thirdborn thought I was. That I couldn't save her. From the moment I stepped off that boat, I stopped being Capo the Man. I was only the Leviathan Slayer. Yes, I hid everything I'd taken in the hunt within the ruins.
Yup.
Once people heard about it, they thought I had other hidden treasures. But adventurers started thieving, looking for gods know what. I set up traps to stop them. The heart is the only thing I have left of her. So, what will you do now? Reveal my shame to the town? To my Nakai? Oh, thank you. Thirdborn needs any hope it has left. Even if it's just a story. So, the heart? Thank you. You've made an old man very happy in his last days. Here, take this. You have more use for it than I do now.
Ooh! Ooh! Ooh, I can't wait to try that out. The enigmatic god of gold. I am not going to read all that out loud, so pause. is for reading. So Bareth is basically the god of golden commerce. Got it. Oh, Dream, the damn things are getting worse. No drought I take will get them to stop. In this one, the sands of the shattered sky rose and swallowed. Thirdborn whole, just like waves on the cliffside. The entire town wiped out in the moment. And suddenly, I was relieved that it was gone. Nothing remained. What is happening? Are we still good? We're still good. Okay. What is happening? Are we still good?
I mean, I hear you.
I'm more referring to the recording. It looks like it didn't drop the recording. Okay. That was weird. I don't know why it did that. Or why it messed up my... Why is this like this?
I don't know.
Okay. That was weird. Okay. Yeah, no, my second monitor just completely turned off for a hot minute. And then it caused all of the visuals of everything to go fucking haywire.
Weird.
I'm sorry, hold on. Oh!
Oh, hello there. I thought our paths might cross again.
You guys made it safely.
There you are.
Ah, my dear Giada. I never thought I'd see us both exiled from Fior Messiverno. Yet here we are. As you can see, the good people of Thirdborn have welcomed us with open arms. Remarkable under the circumstances. The Dream Scourge has struck this place with violence, bloodshed, death. We were ambushed in the wilderness, but I think that was a classic example of overcompensation. Their loss in Emerald Stair was a blow to morale. You might be the next target of their anger.
Let them try.
Just this once, I'm happy to be out of the fight. Now that we're under Thirdborn's protection, my animancers can get back to work. We've made a few improvements to the local fishing gear, tinkered on harpoons and the like. You might not believe it, but some of our farming equipment is back to working order.
Yeah.
Ah, that is where the challenge lies, does it not? We have many animancers working on the problem. Though it is difficult to farm when one is under attack. The sheer numbers of infected makes our work perilous.
I can
Do
imagine.
you need any help?
We have everything under control, and your work is too important to squander on agriculture. One more thing before we're parted again. We've made a tidy profit of our labor, and the others gathered a little something for you. Don't spend it all at once.
Thank you. I actually don't need this for the resettlement.
Thank you, but I know how to handle my coin. I left the Republic's a wealthy man.
You never told me that.
My dear, how do you think we built Fior Messiverno? The fortune is gone, and I don't miss it. Go on then. Surely you have better places to be. No doubt the Adiran envoy has a message to deliver, or a foreboding parcel of some
I'll be
kind.
back. I'm gonna get some food.
Okay.
He's doing well. Better than well. And to think I've been worried sick.
Yeah, right.
Minowa, thank goodness I found you. I must share this with you.
You shouldn't have.
No, this is important. Stay a moment. Let me speak. Minowa, how thy waves do break upon my haggard shore. The horizon of thy smile filleth me to the gunwales.
Honestly, Yamato.
In the fleet of love, thou art the admiral. Thy seagull cry pierceth my heart. Together we sail smooth as the stars guideth our way.
You're so creative.
Oh, you hesitate. Have I offended you somehow? Do you doubt my regard for you?
Well, you did compare me to a seagull.
Ooh. Oh, that was awkward. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Ooh, can I go? What is happening? Can I go up the ladder, please? I'd like to get out of here, out of that awkward situation. Whew. This looks like animancy, perhaps? Vial of poison. No research floor of living lands cover anything. Things, chapters have been cared for. You get 2 more weeks with this one, Naguna, and that's it. Someone else deserves a turn. What do I do with the... What do I do with that? Okay. I don't know who Captain Naguna is, but... Okay.
Yes, and they stole my research on the godless. I have to get it back.
Let it go, Yatsley. They'll kill... Oh, gods. Nadirin, what is it this time?
Don't worry, darling. The official Adiran envoy is here at my request.
What I want to know is why he's in the company of one of our own.
I meant to stop by, but I guess time got away from me.
I'll deal with you later. We have unfinished business. But your friend has some explaining to do. Why have you come to Thirdborn? After what your people did in Emerald Stair, I can't imagine you carry an edict of friendship with you. And that is the only good to come out of the matter. The attempt on an independent city like Fior is just...
I know you're upset, Timothy, but don't take it out on us. I'm furious too, darling. That monster stole my research, and who knows what she plans for it. But you know that if this Adiran was untrustworthy, I'd kill him myself.
I apologize, Envoy. Eagle's Reach is a slaughterhouse. Dreamthrall siege our gates day and night. People are hungry, and I have not slept in days. So my temper is a powder keg, I'm afraid. I am trying not to explode. This isn't a crazy visit, is it? I assume you're here delivering a message on behalf of Adir. Does she intend to raise our home as well?
Maybe worse. Ludwine's goons stole all my research on the godless back in Fjord, and now she's a little too interested in the godless ruins here.
What do you mean? Andra's depths. If I could help you, I would. The fact of the matter is, I'm in over my head already. I can't even protect the ruins myself. The Archmage Ringrim has warped the very reality of Shatterscarp. Let's just say there's a magical barrier around the ruins now. No one's getting in or out without Ringgrim's say-so.
Ringgrim? As in from the Circle of Archmagi? She's here?
The very one. I feared you'd be excited. Her presence isn't a good thing, Yatsley. She flew into the Shark's Teeth a few weeks ago, and now that area is an impenetrable wasteland of ice. I heard there's an Adiran who had his mind utterly broken by her. He's still lost out there as far as I know.
Right.
Maybe even an entrance to the garden. We absolutely have to go inside and see for ourselves. The Circle of Archmagi don't get involved unless there's something they can gain. They're not really known for their altruism. Look at the Siege of Craghold. And that was just so that Lengrath could try and show up Consulhard.
The truth is, I'm up to my neck in catastrophes. Between the horde of dream thralls pounding on our gates and trying to keep peace with Adir, I've had to station guards on our borders to control who goes in and out, just to keep everyone safe. I never thought I'd say this, but the Archmage is the least of my concerns. So, Ludwig wants the ruins, but even if I wanted to give them over, Reengrim controls them. And good luck getting an audience with an Archmage.
Or she'll kill you for her own amusement. Either way, it won't be boring.
No, it won't.
Look on the bright side. If we survive this, it'll make a great story.
When an Archmage like Reengrim decides they don't want to be disturbed, they make sure of it. There are rumors she uses the bones of the ancient dead to guard her domain.
Waste not, want not, I
It's
suppose.
definitely practical, I'll give her that. Although, I wonder if it's because she likes giving trespassers nightmares. I wouldn't blame you if you choose to run away. But, if you want to find Reengrim, head east of here, go past the Pargrunen ruins, and when you see the ice, you're there. And Yahtzee, be careful. If Quilichi lost you, he'd never forgive me.
Oh, don't worry about me, Temerty. If my spells fizzle, I can always give a good lashing with my tongue.
That's what I'm afraid of. Good luck.
I'll keep her
Good.
safe.
It might convince her to keep you safe, too. One last thing. Once you had a moment to settle in with Yahtzee, come back and speak with me. I need your help with something.
How exciting. We're off to see an Archmage. To gain access to an ancient godless ruin. You do spoil me. I've just the fragrance for such an occasion. I want to make sure I smell my best when she kills us. Meet me by the tavern when you're ready to head out. Make sure all your gear is up to snuff. We are meeting an Archmage, after all.
Yep.
Now I'm feeling underdressed.
Now I'm feeling underdressed. God, I love Kai.
Thank you for returning. I wish I could say I didn't actually need your help, but I do. Some young idiot Thirdborners decided they'd form their own militia to protect the region because of course they would. And now, predictably, they're missing. You're kinder than I would have been. Thank you, Envoy. I wish this had ended differently.
Oh, okay. Play that quest real quick. Haha! Okay, so I gotta go back to town and do some discussions, it looks like. I think I've collected all of the quests that I can from here. So, one last drink. Oh, I was really close to that earlier, wasn't I? God damn. Alright, well, good to know. Yep, I knew that was one of them. Oh, and then also in the Shark's Teeth. Okay. I'm gonna go down and explore that area down there. But first, pick you up.
Patience, darling. I'll meet you at the tavern.
Okay.
If you're going out to the highlands, watch for that.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yoo-hoo! Oh. Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a
I
lady waiting.
tried talking to you earlier.
Forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply walk into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Reengrim?
Like nothing.
Well, with her skill in spellcraft, she certainly could do so if she wanted to. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Aora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Aldous Titties, the Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant. Well, Nakukubel is the largest of the godless ruins. It's still got its share of secrets. There must be something in there of interest to Reengrim. Probably something powerful.
Now's our chance to find out.
I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the Godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Reengrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
I promise we'll get into the right amount of trouble.
Perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Okay. The foremost godless expert, Yatsli, packs a lot of magical skill into her small frame. A self-taught wizard, she honed her craft while dungeon diving in the ruins all across the lands. With a grimoire in hand, she manipulates the very essence of the world around her. She can not only conjure terrifying displays of power against her enemies, but also dispel any arcane illusions that deceive the senses. Ah, I was right. I did need her for that thing. Right. Knew it.
I might be able to help.
Okay. Character, abilities. We're going to companion. Okay. Now we picked up her different skills. Arcane energy around them, slowing them for 10 seconds. Intensifies its own effect on enemies. Creates an area of effect that affects all enemies within a radius. Deals frost accumulation. Ooh, these are all good. Blast deals explosive damage, breaking through blocks, destroying walls, and shattering frozen enemies for bonus damage. Increased stun dealt to damage hit by blast. Blast has a 5% chance to inflict frozen, ignited, or shocked. Increase the fire rate of missiles. Increase the maximum range of missiles. Deals shock accumulation. Involves destroying explosive enemy. Release and burst of essence and explosive damage. Increase the size of blast caused by explosion. Essence explosion does fire accumulation. Ah, so she does all the elemental damage types. Nice. We're gonna do that. We'll do, actually, we'll do that one. Okay. Now, map, Shatter Scarp. We can go back down here because there's a whole area over there I want to explore. I also need to look and see if there's another hidden encampment of Steel Garrote again. Take them out if there are. Everyone wants to talk. Okay, well, we will start with you.
Listening to Yatsli's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. Well, don't you think it's a little convenient? You need to go somewhere no one ever goes, and here she is to show you the way. If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then.
You seem really bothered by this.
Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway.
Okay.
Pleasant dreams.
You have anything else? You still have more to say. Okay.
I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it.
You're looking on the bright side,
I thought
folks.
I'd give it a try, see how it feels. Yatsli's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely? And spiders? Nothing, I'm fine. Forget I said anything. I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin.
I appreciate your concern.
Right. Just keep it in mind, I guess. Anyway.
Okay.
You too.
Are you done? You're done talking. Okay.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place.
How so?
Well, that's what I'm trying to nail down. Do you ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller?
That's why I never stay in one place.
Something to be said for that. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis. Dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars.
I saw more scars and glory back there. Yeah.
I guess it felt like one, too. Hardtack and Merc brew after a long day's patrol tasted better than any feast. Being back, it felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. True. But I can't help but feel that the Thirdborn I knew 6 years ago would have faced it better. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat. Conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temeriti's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? For a while, I suppose. Eventually, you need more. For the longest time, I was just running from Tama's death. Thanks to you, I'm starting to think about what I might head towards. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. Between releasing Egwolf and thwarting the Steel Garrote and Emerald Stair, you've opposed your empire's interests. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides?
I'm here for the Dream Scourge.
That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. Yeah, it was tough to see him like this. He'd just given up, and we let him do it. It should have been Chico's, too. You helped me come to terms with losing Tama. I just worry we've robbed Chico of that chance. Maybe so. And about Capo's secret. Look at those stars. They always seem brighter out here. Tama's memory. Never knew how to separate it from this place. And the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back. Until you came along, I thought I'd be able to avoid it forever. Thirdborn's missing a lot of familiar faces. And the youngsters who've grown up and the new arrivals, they seem green. Like they're cut from a different cloth, a more delicate one.
Congratulations, Kai, you're a grumpy old man.
I really do sound like my grandfather.
You smell like him, too.
How about you borrow Yahtzee's ladder so you can say that to my face? Thirdborn's only survived because the people were tougher than the wilds. I just hope the people living behind those walls know how to keep them standing. Take the sand out of your bedroll before you settle in.
For the camp of an official Adiran envoy, I was expecting a little more. proper bed at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. Just as things could be worse, they could also be a lot better, Envoy. But, as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind?
Why did you find me alone?
Well, because I'm the foremost expert on the godless, of course. So I must study their artifacts when I can. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. Technically, yes. Well, they set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire.
When you say everything...
No. Well, with me, obviously, but otherwise...
Oh, you're winning, son!
Childhood, but for silly
Yeah.
things. When else
Oh,
would
okay,
you
that's
get away
good.
with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams. Nightmares are still dreams, Envoy. Just not ones you'd recommend to others. They're not nearly as enjoyable as my more provocative dreams.
Oh my god.
Oh. Well, just be sure to have a quick release note if you ever make that fantasy reality.
What'd I just tell
Someone
her?
should learn from my mistakes. I certainly have no intention to.
I've been a lot of places I never wanted to go, but that was among the
I wasn't paying attention.
As delightful as you are, you've much to do and less time to do them. Shall we go?
No, hold on. I wanted the dialogue. I wanted to know what I just told her. I didn't read it.
Might I steal a moment of your time?
Oh, I said something. I flirted with her or something. Creeped out Marius. It was hilarious, but I don't know what I said.
Well, it's the waiting that makes the payoff so delicious, don't you agree? Look, I lost more research than I'd like to count. But Fiora and its people are safe. That's what matters. Thank you, Envoy. I don't know how you managed it, but whatever you did...
Oh, yeah.
you averted
So,
disaster.
I've kind of been fighting against
That
a deer
being said,
and the Steel Garrote, even though I'm a deer
going to get
envoy.
And possibly a fistful next time we're in Paradise.
Lovely.
Well, so, some of the Adirians don't seem too bad, but a lot of them seem like they're trying to take over the Living Lands. Like, they're way too much focused on their stronghold here. And then the Steel Garrote are just zealous and are literally burning everything because there's heretics about. We're talking, like, oath of righteous paladins that are far too righteous. I literally found, in the last map, I had found a hidden cave. In this cave was the entire militia of Steel Garrote preparing for a raid against the city of Animancers.
Damn.
So I killed them all.
Yeah.
Because they were about to murder a bunch of innocent... And I already didn't like the Steel Garrote because in the first map, I found a Steel Garrote corpse next to a bunch of Zerp camps. And his book literally talks about how they will kill the women and children to break the men. And crush them like Zerp eggs. So he's going to practice on Zerp eggs. That's what the Steel Garrote teaches.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I already didn't like them. And the Steel Garrote is the ones causing most of the problems, because again, they're the most aggressors. Some, like I said, some of the Adirian officials I've worked with seem like they generally want to get along with the people of Living Lands, and are trying to fight back against the Dream Scourge, which is what I believe our purpose is supposed to be here. Like, the king sent me to deal with the Dream Scourge, and has been arming the people of Adir that are over here, I don't think to take over the country. I don't think that was ever the plan. I think it was the king had a dream about the Dream Scourge, like, taking over the world and killing everybody, and was like, no, we gotta stop this. And then all these other ambassadors trying to get good points and, like, take over the lands because they think that's what their job is. And it's like, no, it's the Dream Scourge. But the Steel Garrote are just like, we want to burn everything to the ground and bring the living lands to heal. So I found that encampment. I was like, nope, murdered the entire encampment. Turns out that was the good choice. Because I did that, they did not successfully kill and take out Fjord, the town. Like, Fjord was actually able to defend against itself. But then, some paladins, all upset, ambushed them as they were making their way out and killed some of the rangers. And then she's like, we want to make amends, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, fuck you, and I killed her too. And I'm looking towards killing Ludwin, like the leader of the Steel Garrotes, because I'm pretty sure she's not even alive anymore. Like, allegedly, she died in the Deadfire, and some people basically should have said that she did. And now it seems like I think she's a vessel for Wodaka, the Burning Queen. Is what it seems like. So, Wodaka, I think, is the one that burnt the Living Lands down the first time, because the Godless actually weren't godless, as it turns out.
Oh.
And the voice in my head was their god. And I am a godlike to that god.
Got it.
Which explains why none of the other gods, like, had any influence on my person. So, yeah.
That's what happens when you're the breadbasket of the living lands. Sometimes things get stale. At least we were able to get everyone to safety.
Good.
Though with everything happening...
And now it seems like Luwin is going after Thirdborn. So I'm wondering if there's another encampment I need to find and take out.
I think she knows what'll happen if she doesn't.
Got it. You deal with your crazy fantasy fanatics. I'm gonna be doing some sci-fi.
What you gonna be playing?
It's a game that I've had in my Epic Games library for a while. It's called Deliver Us Mars.
Oh, I didn't move to Fjord until I was 20.
Basically, an arch ship and its population kind of went poof.
You see, Emerald Stair has knuckled
And
together for a young and
I guess part of what you're doing is trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
godsend, if you forgive the pun.
Oh, never played it before.
As a young at heart
Seemed interesting.
scholar, I've traveled outside the stair to other
Right,
lands.
nice.
That's how I met Temerity.
Kelly joins a close time with her family. That's nice. Oh, prologue. That's why. Yeah.
Yes, why did I choose to settle down with a gorgeous scientist who loves me? What a mystery. I still go out often. I've catalogued many ruins, but there are always more. And coming home to a warm welcome is lovely. You should try it sometime, darling.
You're not an animancer.
Brilliant, envoy.
You don't have to be an animancer to enjoy the pleasure of their company.
Exactly. Thank you.
I was neither. I don't know if she was very good there.
I marched into town and everyone fell in love with me. Oh, part of it is my sparkling personality, of course, but a larger part of it is time. It's hard to hate someone when they drop by your lab with lunch after you've forgotten to eat again.
Does this mean I'll get food from you?
As much as I'd love to, you don't travel with the kitchen. I can't promise anything. My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Wilichi and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. I saw a beautiful man across a smoky tavern. Then I dazzled him with my delightful personality. Then he showed me an abandoned ruin outside of town, and I was hooked. It's not a fairy tale, darling. We've been happy for the most part. Any rough patches got smoothed over well enough. I only thought about killing him once or twice. He's probably thought the same a bit more. It's hard to believe that things have changed so much recently. Any sense of safety just went poof. It makes you wonder how everything will turn out.
You have still a little trust in Videro. Why don't you trust? Alright. People are alive. There's still hope. Buildings can be rebuilt. Yep.
Right. Yep. The city can be replaced, but not its residents. Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less frazzled. I've got a lot to think on. Talk to you soon? Try not to have too much fun without me. How can I help, darling?
Okay.
Careful what you wish for, darling. So, the Godless, or the Akita, as they called themselves, were the original folks who lived in the Living Lands. They arrived on the shores of a new land and settled there, living with the land instead of trying to tame it. You sound certain.
Well, and apparently, technically, this game is considered something of a sequel to another game,
How do you know that?
which involves the moon.
Does that happen a lot?
More than I'd like.
Well, sounds like fun.
Huh?
Dubious metaphysics notwithstanding.
The dialogue option.
My theory.
Oh, okay.
The Godless are so singular. Their art and architecture, you never see it in Rawatai or Ishamatul or, no, Adir. But in their artwork, they reference escaping, fleeing, seeking refuge. So they must have come from somewhere. My guess, they originally came from Yezua.
Yezua?
Yezua, a continent, cut off from the rest of the world, hidden by eternal storms, one of the 3 hubs of the Angwithan Empire. 10 years ago, you could say it wasn't real, that it was a dream, but they said the same of Ukaiso. Suddenly, the appearance of a mythical land doesn't seem so implausible. There was some kind of schism, an ideological one. From what I can glean, the Godless were staunchly against the gods, hence their name. There are even some not-so-kind murals of the gods.
Okay.
It seems like the Godless really took their anti-theism seriously.
Well, so far, the prologue is very
I know.
mundane.
I think we've covered everything, don't you? Rather, as much as I think you'll withstand. Hope you enjoyed talking about this as much as I did, dearie. How can I help
Oh my
you?
god, that's adorable.
Okay.
Careful what you... So, the Godless...
Oh, okay, this is the same.
Such a nerdy, lovey-dovey thing.
Oh, well, we should definitely trust... But, Ah, yes, let me sum up. Yes, a continent. Tell me, suddenly. That one might stay in your dreams, darling. There was some kind of schism from what...
Okay, I mean, for that, fascinating.
Well, don't be...
Okay, sorry, you were saying?
Oh, playing through the prologue of this Deliver Us Mars, and so I'm playing as the main character. Her name is Kathy, and so far I'm playing as her as like a little girl right now, and I'm getting to explore around the house, and I found like what's it's like a globe, but instead of it being of Earth, it's of the moon, and it has this band around it that says, "You're still my center of gravity. Much love, Liz." I'm like,
right.
that's like scientifically, that's like a nerdy, lovey-dovey thing.
And I do.
I love when finding stuff like that. And
though between your dreams and mine, it's a wonder anyone gets any sleep around here. You remember that I nearly burned my family home
no,
when I was
my
young.
chip broke. That's rude.
It was an accident, and I paid for it. My parents refused to buy me more spell books for years. Well, shortly after all that fuss, the dream began. It started at first with a fire, just flames crackling, and a feeling of safety. I thought it was a little weird, but nice. But then the dream kept coming back, night after night. I learned more every time. I saw that it was a fire in a hearth, and that hearth was in an old library. I assumed it was a library, at least, to explain why there were so many tablets lining the walls. But no, there's someone else there, but it's like I'm a ghost. They can't see or hear me. In the library, there's just one person, but they're wearing a hood, so I never see their face. They do the same thing every night. They curl up in a chair by the fire, hold a tablet to their chest, and then the fear comes. The paralyzing, all-encompassing fear of something.
Why does his voice sound familiar?
Just the noise. A low, deep banging starts, and it rattles through your bones and shakes you to your core. And it replaces the beat of your heart with this droning on and on and on until you forget every other sound you've ever heard.
A beat. Still feet on the shore. They come by night.
And then, as it just gets louder and louder, and right before it gets there, I wake up.
You've been listening to too many of Giada's ghost stories.
And let me tell you, waking up in a cold sweat does nothing for my fur.
Oh, that's why his voice sounds familiar.
How sibilant. No.
Nice.
It's all-encompassing. It's strange. I've not told many of the details of my dream. I suppose I must like you quite a bit, Envoy. Don't let it inflate your ego too much. You know,
Yeah, so apparently Kathy's dad, Isaac, is voiced by the same actor who does the voice of Asterion in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, nice.
Listening to your incantations.
Yeah, well, I was hearing his voice and I'm like, why do you sound so familiar?
Teach you a thing or two.
That's why.
You're up for it. What
Yeah.
do you say?
Neil Newbon, something.
Yeah. He actually talked about how, like, video game and voice acting actually saved his acting career because he almost gave up because he was floating between jobs and wasn't making a whole lot of money.
Oh.
And then, I don't know if it was Baldur's Gate or if it was another game that eventually led up to Baldur's Gate. I don't remember too much on the interview. Basically, yeah, he got a steady voice gig, and then that took off, and so he's been voice acting for games ever since. So video games quite literally saved his acting career. You always seem to chat before I do. Can you show me what to look for? Let's sharpen our wits.
Of course, darling. Easy as pie. What? Out of breath already? Talk to one of the boys. See if they can help with your stamina, dear. Well, I've taught you all I can. Let's hope you put it to good use.
Ooh. What did I get from that? I think it was perception. Was it? No.
I wish we could have done more for them. Capo and Chico, I mean. But if I were in his shoes, I hope I'd make the same choice. Though I'd like to pick a more fun way to die. Of course. Even when it's expected, or even preferable, it's always a tragedy. I can only hope that at the end I have some control over things. That I can go out as Yahtzee.
Wizard extraordinaire, goddess expert, and a Belrock in the bedroom.
And don't you forget it. But it gives you something to think about. I mean, not everyone gets to come back like you did, Envoy. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing.
But Moonbear wants to go snorkeling too.
How can I help, darling?
Oh, children.
These sudden changes in climate always mess with my coiffure. Does Adir have good fur maintenance products? Do you have contact for that?
I would have thought you had a full routine by this time in your life.
Unfortunately, your clumsy countrymen ruined my entire stock of ointments when they were trying to burn my house down.
Ugh.
And I'll remember that comment. Truly, just a good long brushing through all my fur alone would do wonders. I've got some time before we see Quilici again, at least. It'll give me time to find something to remind him of what he's missing. Oh, of course, darling. He just enjoys the fruits of my labor more often than most, and I'd hate to disappoint. Quilici and I got used to the stairs early on. Thankfully, at least in Fjord, those stopped eventually. After 30 years, it's hard to still be surprised by us just drinking at the Magpie.
Maybe they're just less judgmental at the moment, board.
Oh, very true. But sometimes you just want a nice mug of tea. Also, when Giotto was young, her parents preferred us taking her to the Magpie for dinner. All things considered, it's hard to complain about my life in Fjord. You're too sweet. As much as I enjoy our little chats, dearie, we should really get going. Oh, but if you do end up finding any liniments, be sure to help a girl out. Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie. Do you think those adherents were onto something? Or were they onto something before you ended their studies? Do you think they could have cured the dream scourge? Dearie, the best science has a little danger attached. I just hope we made the right decision. Well, we'll just have to see how it all shakes out, won't we? Had you left them to their own devices, who knows what we would have gained. A cure might sound far-fetched, but what if they found treatments for the dream scourge? And even other ailments? But our loss, I suppose. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing.
So much dialogue. So much dialogue.
How can I help, darling?
Gotta get caught up with her on all of the...
Already on board. Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
The dream scourge is getting worse.
Oh dear God, this is almost mildly terrifying, to be honest. But only because I'm currently a helpless freaking child on an escape mission with my father.
I keep trying, and the world keeps punishing me for it. As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Let's hope it never comes to that. But when it does, I'll be at your side. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. You really think so? My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am.
Yeah.
Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsli. In many ways, Quilici has been like a second father to me. But Yatsli, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good.
Yeah, we all do.
Well, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins?
Not for any good reason.
She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. Pleasant dreams.
Okay. Now, what kind of upgrades can I make? I have that, the plate, and one last trip. Oh, did I buy? I did. I stuck it in the stash, though, like a dumbass. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay.
Are you seeing anyone now? Romantically, I mean.
Right. I knew this would come up eventually.
I only bring it up because romance is good for the soul.
So is finding a good pile of deersaka on a hunt. But I'm not advising you to go looking for it.
Under the right conditions, you can even measure the energy of a romantic tryst. Isn't that fascinating?
To you, sure.
Oh well. Let me know if you change your mind. I know a lot of shy academics in need of an experienced guide.
I'll let you know.
Are you driving a truck or something?
Me?
Yeah.
No, it's something from the game.
Oh. Alright. It is of superb quality. Fantastic. Okay, so... Power attack, launch, a poison dart deals poison accumulation to target and nearby enemies. Full combo attack slows the hit enemy and gives them 20% damage reduction. Ooh. I want this one though. Moderate. Kill enemy creates a lingering area of effect, deals high fire accumulation to nearby enemies. We'll do that one. Power hits restore 15% of your maximum essence. Successful parry deals high fire accumulation and poison accumulation to the attack enemy. Oh wow. Bullet bounce to 2 additional enemies within range. Bullets deal low fire accumulation and bounce to an additional enemy within range. Ah!
This might sound weird, but can I have some of your fur?
Well, that's quite the way to start a conversation. Why do you want my fur?
I think I could use it as insulation.
But if you want me to keep you warm at night, you need only ask, darling. The Quilichi might have something to say about it.
Right. Sorry I asked.
Well, you should have thought about that before you asked that kind of question, my guy. Should have seen that one coming. Okay. Whew, I need more coral. More living iron chunks and more blackwood branches to upgrade my gear, and then I need to start working towards the Andra. Cool. Stuff's upgraded though.
Unfortunately, I would only be a useful guide in some godless rules, and I don't know that I'm quite ready to share yet. No, I just wonder how you ended up guiding clueless kids across the lands.
Solace taught me a lot, but I picked up most of my skills just surviving on my own. Spent a lot of time just trying to not be in Solace. Once I left, it just seemed like the right thing to do. A lot of people need help to survive out here.
You didn't want to do anything else? Have any other dreams?
What else would I do? I'm not really good at anything else.
Okay, well, I think that's a good stopping point for this episode. So, calm waters, smooth sailing, and clear skies. See you guys in the next video.
Good evening to you too.
Goodbye.